You don't need to detox. That's why you have a liver and kidneys. Meanwhile, this is what's happening in Georgia right now. A biolab exploded and chemicals are just being spewed into the air. But Fiona, I thought everything's a chemical. Bananas are made of chemicals. Isn't water actually a chemical? Y'all make me lose brain cells. You really do. As if there's no hierarchy to said chemicals. You don't need to detox. That's why you have a liver and kidneys. Your liver and kidneys were never designed to handle this. You don't need to detox. That's why you have a liver and kidneys. Oh, look, a train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Have we forgotten about this? Have we forgotten about all of this pollution? All of the runoff that went through the waterways? All of that runoff that went into the farmland, that went into the waterways, that this killed animals, deer, fish, pets. You don't need to detox because you have a liver and kidneys. Colon cancer is exploding in people that are under the age of 40, which is so close to my heart. I have so many family members that have died so young from colon cancer. Oh, and this just came out that the American Cancer Society predicts that the United States will see a record-breaking 2 million new cancer cases in 2024. Keep in mind, we spend around 5 to 7 trillion with a T, in healthcare. We spend more in healthcare than almost any other developed nation, but we're the sickest we've ever been. Fiona, you're elitist for telling people that they shouldn't eat ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are totally okay in moderation. Stop demonizing them. Are y'all reading the room right now? Are y'all reading the room? A new study recently came out, which was groundbreaking, by the way, that found that ultra-processed foods had significantly more microplastics than whole, fresh foods. So everyone's worried about microplastics in salmon, but you should be more worried about your microplastics in your chicken tendies, and your chicken nuggets, and your Easy Mac, and your cereal. Oh, and we're also at a point where 40% of children, adolescents have at least one chronic illness. 40%. We're getting to a place in society where you are going to be a very rare human being if you don't have a chronic illness. So who are you helping? Genuinely asking, are y'all reading the room? Are y'all reading the room? Because health in America, we're not doing so great. I know people get triggered by the word detox because I think people associate it in their brain with 2012 tummy tea, tummy detox tea that Kim Kardashian was promoting on Instagram that makes you shit your pants. I think that's genuinely what people think of when it comes to detox. But I'm sorry, detoxing should be an absolute non-negotiable for you every single day. A non-negotiable. Your liver and kidneys were never designed to handle the toxic load that they are under in 2024. And it is so obvious to me, these nutrition professionals that say all foods fit, processed foods are okay in moderation, you don't need to detox, that's why you have a liver and kidneys. Y'all are not reading the room, and you're actually just parroting. You are parroting. It's almost like y'all were handed a script, and you were all told to read off of the same script. You were all programmed the same way, and you don't think critically about the things you're parroting because you clearly have no regard for people's health and the explosion of chronic illness right now. If you're not at minimum filtering your air and filtering your water, you need to start there. Nothing else matters if you're not filtering your air and your water. I do castor oil packs over my liver almost every single night. You can drink things like dandelion root tea, milk thistle. I eat minimum 1 to 2 servings of cruciferous veggies every single day. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale. You can eat things like salmon, radishes. All of these are so good for the liver. Beets. On my Instagram, I have a pickled beets recipe on my Instagram highlight. Hit it with a little goat's cheese. Hit it with a little balsamic glaze. So good. You need to exercise, every day. You need to do something, to walk. Even if it's just walking. Even if that means, because Cheryl, most people are, sitting at their desk and walking 3,000 steps a day. If you are not moving, you're not detoxing. You need to move to have a bowel movement, which gets into my second point. If you're not pooping, you're not detoxing. The 3 Ps, pooping, peeing, perspiring. If you are not pooping, peeing, perspiring, you are not detoxing. I cannot tell you how many people I know that are chronically constipated, that cannot sweat, or they have to work really hard to sweat. And that's not a good sign. You need to work with someone to get to the root cause as to why your detox pathways are blocked. Because if you're not pooping 1, 2, 3 times a day, And I'm saying this as a girly that used to be chronically constipated. I would go 5 days without a bowel movement, or I would go 6-7 times a day. You need to work with someone who can help you. I am a nutritional therapy practitioner. I do work with people, but I have a lot of free content on my page that you can utilize. Most people are completely nutritionally depleted because we're eating food from nutritionally depleted soil. And I heavily encourage my clients to eat a very nutrient-dense diet. Things like liver, sardines, oysters. I do grass-fed beef multiple times a week. Bison, shrimp, scallops, zinc-rich foods are so important. All of the foods that they're demonizing right now and telling you not to eat, which is very interesting. It's almost like poison the plants, demonize the animal-based products, and then tell people to only eat plants. I try to sweat as many times a week as I possibly can. I live in the South, so all I have to do is walk outside or go on a run for 10 minutes and I'll start sweating. Sauna, infrared sauna, all of these are ways you can naturally detox. This is not a tummy tea. These are things you need to do to be a human being, and you need to be so much more intentional than our ancestors even 80 years ago. They were not having to think about this, but in today's world, oh my God, I'm sorry, how are you going to say you don't need to detox? You have a liver and kidneys. Like, yeah, I need people to understand you would be dead right now if your liver and kidneys weren't working. I agree. But also your liver and kidneys, they need certain nutrients to do their job. Most people are not getting in those nutrients. Most people have extremely high toxic loads in 2024. And the way, we are not even regarding people's health by saying, you have a liver and kidneys, you don't need to detox. No. You don't need to detox. You have a liver and kidneys. All foods fit. All foods are okay in moderation. Everything's a chemical. As if bananas are the same as a chemical explosion, because everything's a chemical. The only people that need to go gluten-free are people with food allergies and celiac disease. What's super weird is I don't have celiac, but cutting out gluten reduced my thyroid antibodies and lowered my TSH to the point that my Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism is literally in remission. I don't eat a lot of grains, like gluten-free grains. I'll have them sometimes, but I reduced my consumption of them. I don't have joint pain or brain fog anymore. I was able to get off of SSRIs. My periods used to be so heavy and so painful, I would black out from the pain, and cutting out ultra-processed foods and fast food dramatically improved my quality of life. And I support my liver and kidneys every single day. And it has changed my life.